flexing point, flexing point, flex, 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 and alternate feet, right flex, and left, and right, left, right, left. Speed it up.
Pop-Up started about 9 years ago, and it's grown into a team of people working on producing shows.
This one hasn't really had enough experience.
No, he's worked with a lot. Let's put him in the S's.
Okay.
So we've got 50 now to see there. So that's, what, 160 no's?
Yes, we've got a few on the maybes.
Yeah, oh well, perhaps we've got to move those, just keep those in reserve, you know? And we'll get in touch with this lot then. Great.
This is Lucy here.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Piers.
And you know, this is just the first quick audition, so do you want to go straight into your piece?
Okay, then I'd like to do Dromio of Ephesus from William Shakespeare.
Lovely.
Will you come home? Quoth I. My gold. Quoth he. My mistress, sir. Quoth I. Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out!
When we're choosing the cast, we audition them, looking for the particular skills that go into the show and how they come over to us as people.
For in conclusion, he did beat me there.
It's my party and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you.
Lovely.
Great.
Thank you.
If someone loves a flower, of which just one single blossom grows in all the millions
We
and
take on
millions of stars.
actors for a show, which means they start with us at rehearsal time and then they might tour for about 5 or 6 months.
Somewhere my flower is there. But if the sheep eats
When
the
we're
flower,
thinking about a show, what to do with the show, we start off with the theme that we want. Like with this show, Snap Happy, the theme is conflict. My work as a writer is, with the draft working script, is to keep looking at that, to keep changing things in there when it's needed. I do all of this on the word processor, developing it all the time until we come up with what will be the final script.
Shake out your jaws. As assistant director, I work with the actors all the time, and I start off the day with a warm-up session, which lasts for about an hour. You can hurt your voice if you start asking it to do things above your natural speaking, if you haven't properly warmed up your vocal cords and sung a song. Okay?
I need to turn it out.
But not with the arch in the back, Arnie. Straighten out your back. That's it. That's the young. Okay? You can just take it through again.
Okay.
And let the energy go out that way.
Okay.
So you're walking out of it. Okay?
Ready?
All the different parts of the body need to be warmed up. The backbone Lovely. and the knees Lovely. and your And let feet the energy go. and your necks, so that when we're doing our physical activity, we don't hurt ourselves.
Yeah, that works.
Let the energy then go
Yep.
that way. And spinner, 2, 3, stop, and down. That's it, and then straight away. Beautiful, lovely, great.
Let's just do it without actually a script.
You said
First
miss out
time
the
you
last
went
one.
through it, you left the... you
Just
said
as
it's
good as
just
that
good
one.
as that one.
And it fitted.
And it fitted. So you say, lunchbox, lunchbox. Let's busk it, see what happens, and I'll give you the tempo.
Okay.
Okay? I'll count you in as well.
Right.
2, 3, 4.
I didn't mean that, oh no, it costs a lot of, oh dear, I didn't need a, oh no. Or something like that.
I can do backing tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be great if they were, you know, the percussion was really good. But we can always do backing
One of the
tracks
exciting
as
things
long
for
as
me
they-
about working as writer and
You were saying
director
at the beginning of
is that I can work with people like Piers on the music.
Like just taking the words I'm busy, has a rhythm and a tempo in it, you know. I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. I've got to put the washing out, da-da-da-da-da. I'm busy, da-da-da-da-da.
I've got to put the washing out. Do you think I'm made of money? Just look at the time. All right, all right. No, I didn't mean that. Oh, no, it costs a lot of. Oh no, you don't need a. Oh no, a lunchbox. A lunchbox. Oh.
blocked you out on the end there. What's happening in the middle part where you've taken a word out, it's just as good as that one, or it's just as good?
Yeah, that was the 14 beats bit.
It might help to say, make one of them, oh dear, or something.
Oh,
What's
right.
the lines there? I've forgotten.
I didn't mean the oh no, it costs a lot of oh no. You don't need
Yeah.
a oh no. A lunchbox.
Just love it, oh dear. And again, 3, 4.
I didn't mean the oh no, it costs a lot of oh dear. You don't need a oh no, a lunchbox.
Good morning. Put your lunches over there.
Just check now that you're just in front of those circles. Otherwise, you're going to block us.
Right.
There. You're just marking your way over. I think it's when you're doing, we're going to do a play today, we're going to do a play, that you've got to mark where you leave that to come over.
When we first get the script, we'll read through it. We'll then take the scenes individually and work them on the floor. So we'll block through it, which is where the characters will move the scenes, where they're going to walk.
That was me preempting it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. The cast will mark their scripts with changes, so that in the end we finish up with the final script, which are the words they learn.
I'm busy. I'm busy. Just look at all the... Just look at all this mess. Sally, will you clear it up right now? No! Sorry, I was wondering whether we're doing the freeze there or not.
No, forget the freezes and stuff. Look at her. Wait for her to answer. She doesn't answer, and the is it is making her answer. Yeah, so you're really forcing her to answer. And that's where that can be a really sulky no, which takes us on to our first thought, right? So let's take it from that bit.
Just look at this mess. Sally, will you clear it up right now? No. And your lunchbox. That is the last time I buy you something special. What do you mean by this?
I don't like fish paste.
I hadn't been to the shops. That is no reason to treat it like this. Is it?
No.
All these curves. This book shows a lot of Western African compounds, and when you get a picture like this, with all these curves, like this sort of thing here, which I thought would be really nice to have in the set. I love the colours in them, like
Lovely.
and the patterns.
Well, we could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got the colours
It's nice because the
already.
muted colours are there as well. I like that. And I like this kind of ridging at the top as well. That kind of
My
round.
main role as a director of the show is like looking at how the show is put together, coordinating a whole production team, building the sets and so on.
Yeah. Because the set's quite muted in colour, if the costumes are very bright in the same way that they are in the book, they'll really stand out in front of the set and be sort of quite separate. So this is Jo then, this one?
That one would be Jo, yeah.
So
And that would
she-
tie her in with Ali here with the lilac, only it's a deeper tone of it, you see.
Yes.
And then on here, we can use that pattern from the book.
Arnie's yellow.
Yeah, Arnie's yellow.
Right.
And Jo's pink, only she'll have the little bib there, so it kind of reflects this. And he will just have the, you know, the braces like this down.
Right.
And
That would be really
so
nice.
if
You
that's
just
Jo
sit
and that's
in-
Arnie,
Yeah.
what turns Arnie into a schoolboy?
Well, I'm going to have to draw on shorts as if they were shorts, because they won't have time to change. I like that kind of blocky shapes. There's lots of options with this.
Comfy.
At the dress rehearsal, I'm looking to see that they've got freedom of movement in the costumes, that the costumes altogether look all right.
It's a bit tight.
Yeah, sort
here.
that out, yeah.
One of the things when preparing a show is to get the image for the publicity to fit in with the show. Not just to describe what the show's about, so that when people come out and look at it, they see a bit more. And what we did is we got Bob, who is our designer that we use a lot, to come up with lots of ideas. We gave him the brief. It's like conflict, involving the family, happiness. And he came up with just lots of different images for us. Some of them which we like, but they're not good for posters. Some of them which might appeal to adults, might not appeal to children, vice versa. And it's very difficult. And in fact, with these, there were 19 different images he came up with. And none of those were right, but there were images in them. There were these things. We liked the hands cutting out the face, but we didn't like with this that there wasn't a sense of happiness in there. And in the end, with talking to him and coming up with him, we come up with the final one here, which combines for us the feeling of conflict. There's a smudgy feeling. It's a bit like there's chaos around. Yet there's happiness, but it's like a bit like a family conflict.
Got it? Oh, the big one. The big, that's 87.
Yeah, that's... No, there's a big blue 87 London.
What? That's the one.
When the show goes out on the road, there's always bits that surprise you. There's always things that need changes. And during that time, I work with the cast in putting in little changes, tightening things, shortening things, so on.
Okay, we've made it. Take Billy before he gets damaged. Billy. On the block.
Stop going on and on and on. I've got to put washing out. Do you think I'm made of money?
I need one.
I'm busy.
I have to have one.
Lunchbox. A lunchbox. A plastic bag will do. I'm busy.
We're very proud of our work, whether we're talking about the design of sets, the performance of the actors, or the design of the publicity. It's really important to us that it's relevant to the audience and top quality. And we think we do that.
Don't be such a silly girl, and don't talk like that. Look, this one's a cheaper one, and it's just as good. I'm just...
No, it's not. It's not half as good. This one's much better. It's got lots of colours, and it's really pretty.
I've got to put the washing out. Do you think I'm made of money?
No.
Just look at the time. All right, all right.
Woman, thank you.
I didn't mean that. It costs a lot of... You don't need a lunchbox. Lunchbox? Oh. Okay.
I'm going to have one. Soon.
Hands off your heads. Now let's get warm. And up and down. And up and down. And up and down. And up and down. And left and right. And left and right. And left and right. And left and right. And up and down. And up and down. And Philippa, you've got to be good. You've got to do it properly. Oh, sorry.
Daddy! Millie made me tread on my new lunchbox.
What are we doing?
We're doing a play.
Yeah, and I can play football.